Good morning and welcome to Coaching Moments with Leah. I'm so glad you're here today. Today's Coaching Moments with Leah is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to do some mentoring and some teaching rather than coaching. And so I want to share with you a conversation that the Lord and I had last week. I was maybe having a little bit of a pity party. It could be said that the Lord and I were having some intense fellowship over this whole coronavirus thing. And let me just say that I fully recognize that so many people are so incredibly affected by this. I don't know anyone personally who has the virus right now, so I'm affected peripherally, like financially and just inconvenienced. But many of you are affected directly because you have family members that are affected or friends. And so I am just wanting to reach out to you today, and I hope this will be an encouragement to you. So the Lord and I were having this conversation. I was lying on my couch right back there, and I was talking to him. It was early one morning, and I was just talking to him and pouring out my heart to him. And I looked up, and I saw this on my wall. And so I know you can't see it very well, so I shot a picture. And so that is what I could see. It was my wall of crosses. And in the middle of lying there having that conversation with the Lord, the Holy Spirit just spoke to me and said, Leah, is this simply a wall decoration, or is it something more? Is it the foundation of your faith? And so I paused a moment and I thought, well, good question, Lord, because in the middle of all this, I need to make sure that my focus and my grounding is correct. And so we kind of talked that out, and I just determined in my heart that I would not focus on the externals, that I would not focus on man and what man was trying to do in all of this, but I would try to keep my focus right here. And what the Lord showed me was that in the Old Testament tabernacle, if you will recall, the glory of the Lord settled on that Old Testament tabernacle, and it settled in the Holy of Holies on the Ark of the Covenant. And so you and I live this side of the cross. We don't have an Ark of the Covenant where God's presence settles, but we have something better. We have the Holy Spirit. If we have accepted Jesus and become his follower, we have the Holy Spirit living inside of us. And so God brought to my mind a passage from Joshua chapter 3. Now, Joshua is one of my favorite Bible characters. Can't wait to meet him when I get to heaven. And so let me set this up for you because I think this is very important, and I think this will be an encouragement to you. So Moses has died. Joshua has been appointed as the heir to lead the people into the promised land. They are near the edge of the Jordan River, getting ready to cross over into the promised land. And God gives Joshua instructions on what to do. And so here's where we pick up in Joshua chapter 3. It says, Joshua started early the next morning and left the acacia grove with all the Israelites. They went as far as the Jordan and stayed there before crossing. After 3 days, the officials went through the camp and commanded the people, when you see the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord your God carried by the Levitical priests, you are to break camp and follow it. But keep a distance of about 1,000 yards between yourself and the Ark. Don't go near it so that you can see the way to go, for you haven't traveled this way before. Friends, we are in an unprecedented time. We've never traveled this way before as a nation, and even as a world, very likely. And so we have to decide, are we going to keep our eyes on the things of this world, or are we going to keep our eyes where God's presence dwells, where he made available freedom and release from captivity for us, and that's the cross of Jesus Christ. Are we going to listen to the Holy Spirit and let him guide us and lead us and counsel us during this time? Or are we going to flounder and try to link on to man-made things? And so I just, I just decided at that point when I was lying right there on my couch that I would say, as Joshua said later in the book of Joshua, as for me and my house, we will trust the Lord. And so I hope this has been an encouragement to you. I want to serve you. If you are struggling in any way through this corona mess, please reach out to me. That's what life coaches are for. We help you walk forward into freedom and peace. And so it would just be my pleasure to work with you. I hope you have a great day and stay well.